Hi guys, so unplanned tutorial, but I just was staining some papers and gosh, I hope you can see it. I got this beautiful result. Really pretty, subtle, blended colours, which are just going to be absolutely beautiful backgrounds for my next journal. So I thought I'd do a little tutorial. So come with me and we'll go to my kitchen. Okay guys, here we go. Gloves on, trust me, I learnt that. Tea, fine. Watercolour, dye, no. Excuse the camera angle as well. I've managed to jimmy this camera up on by attaching the boom to my toaster. That's the only way I could do it to show you guys, but the paper was just so beautiful. I had to invite you into my kitchen. So the dye that I've made up is just my trusty Pebeo colour, brilliant watercolour, liquid watercolour. I use that for pretty much all my dyeing. I just make up some colours that suit my journal, but you could do that with any colour that you get. I would recommend that brand if you haven't tried it before, just because otherwise you're going to, well, you could try it with these results. I have a feeling that the tea and this watercolour in particular have a different blending technique. So all I did was plain copier paper, a stencil. I dipped the paper in the blue first. Just make sure that's got a really good covering. I let it drip most of the excess off. Lay that onto there as flat as you can. Normally I wouldn't bother because I love the wrinkles, but in this case we want the stencil to lie really flat on top. Pop the stencil on wherever you want it. Flatten it down. This will kind of make it stick to the wet paper underneath and mean that the dye, the tea from the next layer only goes into those stencil parts. You can do it just like this and you'll just get really subtle blue gradations of the stencil as well, just like that. Put it in your oven and just wash the excess dye off my hands. And you want to get another piece of paper, and this one you want to put into the tea. Make sure it's all over the paper. And then you're just going to lay that one as best you can right on top of the other one. And then you're going to smush that one down a little bit as well. That will mean that the blue dye contacts the tea side just through the holes in the stencil. Then all you do is chuck that little sandwich. I put it in my oven, I don't let it dry naturally. I have my oven set to 50 degrees Celsius on a fan bake, and it means that your paper's dry in about 10 minutes. I haven't had any problem with that. And I'll just pause here and I'll show you the results in a second. Okay, back from the oven. Looks like nothing much, but look at that prettiness. And every time you'll get a different result. That one isn't dry, but I'm not mad at that. It's actually just really subtle and pretty. So I'm going to leave that like that. And I won't put the stencil back on it, and I'll just pop it back in the oven to dry it a little bit more. But yeah, there you go. Really pretty technique, really simple. I will post the colours that I use to make this blue if you like. I actually make a mix of black and blue. Don't ask me what the ratio is though. I just mix it up until I'm happy with it. So I hope you'll give that a go, and I hope that was a helpful tutorial. Love you guys. Thanks for being in my kitchen.